What makes communication effective? The answer is clarity. There are three components to clarity: clarity of intent, clarity of expression, and clarity of understanding. If you want to communicate clearly, mastering these three is a must. The clarity of intent. Clarity of intent is why we're saying what we're saying. Being aware of why we're saying what we're saying. People say different things for a variety of reasons. Most common among these are our desire to meet a need, such as feeling loved or connected, sharing our truth, finding an ally, feeling worthy and good, being seen as an expert, you name it. Just think of some recent conversations when you were sharing something and felt a pang of inauthenticity. Ask yourself, what was I saying when I felt inauthentic? What was the honest intent of my saying X? Why did I say X? Whenever there's a pang of inauthenticity in us sharing, it is a sign that what we're sharing is a manipulation, not communication. For now, simply focus on discerning the pangs of inauthenticity in your experience and understanding in which particular ways you are being inauthentic. What are you saying that feels inauthentic to you? Why do you say these things in such a way? The very act of recognizing something that was previously uncognized is often healing in and of itself. A good place to start would be to intend to simply share the truth of the experience as you honestly see it. Do not expect it to be easy, though it will be difficult. Most people in our society don't feel like they can be truly honest with themselves, not to mention with others, because we have built a society where being honest often implies being vulnerable. And as every one of us is vulnerable inside, being honest simply puts us in a position when we are seen as weak. It's unsafe to be honest. Just think about it. If your truth is that you're angry, confused, sad, afraid, ignorant, or any other such quality that your society has zero tolerance for, and you share this truth, many people will show you that it's wrong to feel that. Maybe they'll try to divert your attention, dismiss or ignore the truth of the emotion instead of seeing it, or talk you out of it with some positive blabber. That dynamic tells you there is something wrong with you whenever you feel something less than positive. But the truth is that emotions that we label as negative will always arise. If we take them as a sign that there is something wrong with us, we will never be able to share our truth because we will not want to be seen as wrong and therefore bad. That dynamic has to change. By being honest and authentic in our expression, we model honest sharing as a powerful principle for living life for other people, especially youngsters. The clarity of expression. The clarity of expression is your ability to communicate an experience in such a way that the listener gets it, unabridged. Simply notice just how much of what you say in a conversation is manipulation, not communication. At this point, it would be useful for us to draw a powerful distinction between manipulation and communication. Communication is sharing an experience honestly, irrespective of our care for how it influences our self-image. I'll restate that. Communication is simply sharing their experience as it is for us, full stop. Manipulation has a different goal. Manipulation implies that we adjust the way in which we share our experience with the goal of eliciting a specific reaction from another person. It may be something benevolent, for example, being seen as an honest person or creating connection with them. Maybe we want to be liked or praised, or maybe we want to shock them because we think of ourselves as an eccentric one, and that will influence our expression. In any case, manipulation entails some sort of adjustment to what we say and how we say it. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine that you grew up in a family where you learned that your sense of worth fully depends on what other people think of you. Now, every time you communicate, you feel that you need to get approval from others so that it nourishes your sense of being a good person. In one way or another, when you are having a conversation, whoever you are having it with, you will make subtle changes to the way you speak, the words you choose, and the things you don't say. because your basic need is approval. You know that meta disclaimer that you put on your own words when you are sharing something that you see as bad? For example, maybe you're sharing how angry you got with your boss and you say to your friend, "I really flipped out, but you know I don't do it very often." The disclaimer has nothing to do with the experience you are sharing. Its function is to prevent the listener from seeing you as an angry and inherently weak person. Although there's nothing wrong with meeting our needs of connection and acceptance with other people, such types of communications, if they're done with the purpose to produce a certain reaction or attitude in the other, are not communications. They are manipulations. Communication is simply sharing an experience as it is. It requires honesty and commitment. If our intent is to share an experience as it is for us, then our expression is clear. We can't control how the other reacts, but in any case, as life shows us, more often than not, we can't control it, even if we think that we control it. So why not take this course towards a clearer and more honest expression? The clarity of understanding. The clarity of understanding is our ability to understand the experience that the other person is sharing with us. Now we're on the listener's end. Like with ourselves, it is often difficult to understand why we're sharing what we're sharing. Our reasons for sharing will always mark the communication. Seeing the truth about our interlocutors is healing and liberating for both parties. Being seen and accepted for what we are is one of the utmost desires for human beings. Imagine how you would feel if you knew that you can share yourself with the world fully, unabridged, knowing it's safe because you will be seen and heard and accepted for how you truly feel, not how you should feel. You wouldn't have to tinker with your expressions to make them commendable. A burden would fall off your shoulders. Now, this is a gift you can start giving to others. Help them feel seen and heard. There's no need to do that intrusively. If you can feel a pang of inauthenticity coming from them in a conversation, see if you can be friendly and ask, "Can I just wonder why you think this thing that you shared is the case? Did I understand correctly that?" Reflecting something back to another person is a powerful technique. When we act as a friendly and unassuming mirror, we help others see their truth and gain clarity. Let's just make sure that becoming a mirror is truly something we have a resource to do, and we do not use it because we want to play a role of an all-knowing master, run away from discovering our own uncomfortable personal truth or some such. So what does clarity give you? Clarity is a powerful principle that makes your conversation with other people fulfilling and empowering. You stop feeling vulnerable around others and feel that you're contributing to other people's sense of well-being. It also pushes you to clean up in your own mind, and that leaves you free and excited. The clarity of communication is directly proportional to the clarity of your own mind, as well as the scope and depth of your awareness. The purer you become as a vessel for clarity, the more others will learn from you. The intent to be clear puts us on a spot, that's true. But it also sheds light on our unconscious behaviours, which are often destructive to ourselves and others. More than anything, clarity connects us with our authentic truth. And authenticity brings fulfillment. If you find value in this content, consider subscribing to my channel and if appropriate, share this video with a friend. You can also support my work on Patreon, where you will find exclusive video updates on shadow work and conscious communication that I share with patrons only. Thank you for watching until the end. Now, time for a cheesy nature clip to round up this whole chatter.